All right, this is part two. I'll talk for 20 minutes and I'll end this video. Oh, Ivan, can you talk for longer? Ivan, your reels are interesting. Yeah, sorry, guys. I have to get my beer and my smokes. I'll make another video early this morning after I watch Obi-Wan or YouTube. Depends if they take away the cord or not. If they don't take away the cord, I'll just watch stuff on YouTube, or I might finish the Obi-Wan show. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and then I'm gonna go on a spree and catch up on all those movies that I want to watch and the shows, the Marvel shows I want to watch. Yeah, obviously. The only way I would hire a CEO would be what? The only way I would ever hire a CEO. I'm going to talk about this is if me and VJ decide to expand our company. We decide to build a park. A park. I can easily put a good like $3 billion of my own money and build this park. This park obviously. What are you thinking of? I don't know, something like Jurassic World. Like you have like an underwater ride in the water. You see the animals in the water, like something like that. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not into the aspect businesses. Obviously, then I would hire a CEO. My top candidates for a CEO, I told you, would most likely be Kevin Feige. Obviously, I would probably hire him as a CEO, or Walter Hamada. And Ian Sadorf is no longer a Warner Bros. CEO. It's David Zaslav, whatever it is. David Zaslav. You know what I'm saying? I would consider Bob Iger, but Bob Iger is old. He's retired. Obviously, he's like 7 years old. He's too old. Those are the guys I would consider as my CEOs, obviously. Now I'd pay them their rich salary. They're like 80 to $180 million salary, whatever it is. And I would give Kevin Feige. I give him like 0.2% of the profits. Um, give him like 0.2% of the profits, some of that. If he were my CEO, obviously. But I told you, I know Kevin Feige and Walter Malley, you're angry. Oh, Ivan, why don't you hire one out? Because they all want to work for me, obviously. Because no offense, Kevin Feige and Walter Malley, even though they're making a lot of money, it's not the kind of money I'm willing to pay them if they were my CEOs, obviously. They know they would make way more money working for me, obviously. And they'd rather be saved. Yeah, I'd rather be the boss of Ivan's company and be saved and experience that fame with him for his movie and run his company, obviously, with all the divisions, obviously. You know what I'm saying? I told you I can easily make a Zanus game if I want to. But I told you the moment I have a bunch of business, it becomes crazy. Me and Vijay will make a lot of money. We'll make way more money, obviously. But like I told you, I'm not doing that. As the money that I'm making off, even John Found Info told me, oh, Ivan, there's no don't expand your company. If we do, you and Vijay are making so much money. Yeah, me and Vijay are making more enough money. We don't need to what? We don't need to invest some money in a bunch of business because we're making more enough money. Yeah, we like, yeah, we're making our tens of billions of dollars on the movies and merch. We don't need to invest some money in more money. There's a saying in this world, how much money is enough? And we're making more enough money, BJ. Let's just stick to Sky so it's enough. Hence why I will not be hiring a CEO. Sorry. When I mean CEO, I mean a CEO to run like all the divisions. Because John Fallon and Dave Filoni will be my co-CEOs. They'll be my co. I might have them be my president, the president of my company, or my co-CEOs. I like the word CEO better than president. They'll be my co-CEOs of the company. Hence why I'm paying them a lot of money, obviously. And I don't need to hire CEOs. John Favreau and Filoni will be my CEOs of my company. They're going to be the boss of my company. Ivan, will you hire assistants? I will see how if I see that the work is too much for the 7 team, I will hire 2 assistants to help them. So I'm gonna have my what? I'm gonna have my engineer build 2 extra computers, like 3 extra computers. I'm gonna have like 3 extra computers just in case I need to hire assistants. I'll have 1 extra computer where the secondaries work, and like 2 extra computers, like 1 extra computer where the accountant works or head of production in their office, and 1 extra computer where John Favreau and Dave Filoni work. That way, whenever you hire my assistant director, he can look at the reels in their office and help them out and talk with them. And then Guillermo Toro can also help the 7 team with business calls. Now, hence why you have to have extra, like have a good 3 extra computers just in case. I'll be like, guys, if you guys are struggling, you know what I'm saying, with the work, I will hire 2 assistants to help you in Hollywood. Hire someone to help you in Hollywood to assist you, obviously. I only want Hollywood people to see these people out. Hire one, put out an ad. I'll pay the assistant secretary a nice $50,000 salary. That's a good paycheck for assistant secretary. Still making a good living in Vancouver. Buy her a nice house. She won't be living in celeb life, but she'll be making a good living. And the assistants who helps out the other five pay him $300K a year. But I won't need an assistant because I'm gonna have Guillermo del Toro help out the 7 team, help Jon Favreau with the reels. I'm gonna tell John Dave, like you, because you guys are the boss of my company. I'll have you do a lot of work, obviously, dirty work, but it's not the kind of dirty work. It's much more slack compared to how much the other five are doing. Don't worry, guys. I'm not gonna have you do grueling dirty work. You're the boss of my company. I'm gonna put you to work, obviously, but you're not gonna be doing as much work as the other five. They're gonna be doing all that dirty work. You know what I'm saying? But Jon Favreau and them are gonna be working hard. They're gonna be working hard, obviously. It's still pretty slack because I put money into an advanced system. All the companies that Hollywood uses are in the system. It's easy for my 7 team. The system makes it easy for Jon Favreau and all them. You know what I'm saying? The doc team's floating, they're having a blast. And they're getting a nice bi-weekly check. They got the nice bonus. They're getting a nice bi-weekly check every year, every 2 weeks, obviously. They know they're going to strike it rich with the royalties. Jon Favreau knows he's going to make his, $100 million in royalties. Dave Filoni knows he's going to make his $40, $50 million in royalties. They're going to work hard. They're going to work hard, man. Trust me. Obviously. But I'm not going to have Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, look at all the reels. I'll have them look at some. And then I'll have the assistant director take the low off them and look at the reels. Especially for the Great Escape. The Great Escape, you're looking at 2,200 reels. Okay, John Dave, look at a couple hundred reels. I don't know, 300 reels. And I'll have the assistant director look at all the rest. Have him do that dirty work for you. That way you're not stressed out. Because I want John Dave to focus more on the business calls. And help me write the script. Less less on the casting calls are important, obviously. Hence why you have your assistant director take the low off them and you have him look at all the reels. And you can talk to John Dave which candidates you like. John Dave talk to him which candidates they like when they look at a couple hundred reels. You know what I'm saying? The way Jon Favreau and Filoni are not stressed out. Thank you, Ivan. Yeah, you're welcome. Because looking at reels is dirty work, obviously. If you have 2,500 reels, that's lots of dirty work. And so I'll have the assistant director. Don't worry, John. I'll have the assistant director take the low off you. Tell the assistant director to what? To look at all the reels. He'll listen to you, you're the boss. And he'll look at all those thousands, 2,500 reels. I could hire a casting director if you want. You could hire a casting director, pay her $10,000 to look at all the reels, a part-time job if you want, to look at all the reels. Hire a casting director who works in Hollywood to look at all the reels if you want, but you're just wasting money. Easy have John Dave look at the reels, and you have the assistant director look at the reels, and they discuss which candidates like best for what, for the movie. Obviously, and the assistant director is probably good. He's good for looking at the reels because he's going to help the assistant director take the notes. So he'll have a good idea of what characters are best for the story and all that stuff. And Jon Favreau only will know who's best because they're going to help me co-write the script with The Great Escape and all my other movies and Zanus. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But I'm gonna keep going back to this topic. Do not let these Hollywood sharks dupe you, man. As what? These Hollywood actors are animals. They're sharks. They smell blood in the water. They want to make as much as they can. You know what I'm saying? So for the Hidden Vampire movie, you know what I'm saying? My deal for Natalie Portman, if she's chosen, I might choose someone else. I'm going to have her compete for the job. I'm not just going to give her the role, man. Mark Wahlberg, I know you're angry. Why don't you just give me the job? No, Mark, I'm not just going to give you the job. What? You have to what? You have to earn the role. I'm going to have Mark Wahlberg compete with other bigger A's actors. Have him compete with Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth is also really good, but I'm not just going to give Chris Hemsworth the job, man. He has to compete for that job. And you're going to see how hard those guys are going to compete for the job, obviously. Yeah. So my deal for Natalie Portman, I'll pay her $34 million. Chris Pratt, I'll have Chris Pratt compete with, I can have him compete with what? With Chris Hemsworth and Mark Wahlberg, too. I'll pay Chris Pratt $30 million. If he's worth $190 million by then, I'll pay him $30 million. $20 million salary, $10 million bonus. Or you can pay him $29, $9 million bonus, $20 million salary. That's a good paycheck for him. $10 million, pay him $10, and pay him a $19 or $20 million bonus. Pay him $29 million. That's a good paycheck for him. And I'll give him 0.1% of the profits, obviously. If the movie does this amount or less, if it does more, he gets 0.07. If he gets angry, I'm like, Chris Pratt, if you don't like my offer, you're more than welcome to work in Hollywood. You don't make this now. In Hollywood, you make your 10, 12 million, 8 million for your movies. You see what I'm saying? I'm giving him a good deal. Ivan, it's a deal. Yes, I'm giving you a good deal, man. Obviously. Natalie Portman, I'll pay her $34 million for the role if she's chosen. You're looking at an amazing movie. That a hidden vampire movie, we're surviving the island with the vampire. You're looking at an amazing movie for that, man. They already know what I'm talking about. You can see the future. We can see. Yeah, you guys can see. You know how much of a movie you're looking at. I'll pay her $34 million. I'll pay her a $14 million sign bonus, $20 million salary. Natalie Portman. That's a good paycheck for her, and I'll give her 0.1% of the profits if the movie does $110 billion or less. If it does more, if it does 130, 130, 130, 120, 140, 150, she gets 0.07. She'll still make her 35, 38, 40, $44 million in royalties. She made a lot of money, obviously. That way, these guys don't rip you off. You see what I'm saying? They don't rip you off, obviously. So, yeah. And Chris Hemsworth, I'll pay him, if he's worth under $200 million, I'll pay him $37 million for the Hidden Vampire movie. I'll have him compete with Mark Wahlberg. And he gets his $14.9 million bonus and $22 million salary. Chris Hemsworth, that's a good paycheck for him. And I'll give him $7 million post-filming bonus. So he's making $45.5 million. Chris Hemsworth. He also gets his $1.5 million royalty check. It's a good deal for Chris Hemsworth, obviously. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. And Natalie Portman, I'll give her $3.5 million bonus after film is completed. It's a good paycheck for her. She's gonna make her nice $38.5 million. Natalie Portman, and you know what I'm saying. And Chris Hemsworth, I'll give him 0.1% of the profits. If he's worth 200 or less, if he's worth over 200, I'll give him 0.2%. But if the movie does more, I'll reduce it down to 0.1. So my deal with Chris Hemsworth is you get your your $45.5 million in salaries and bonuses, obviously, and then you get your 0.1% of the profits. Obviously, which for my movie, if it's a good, if it does 110, he'll make a good $50 million in royalties. If it does more, he'll make like his $45 million. Still the same paycheck pretty much, right? 0.07. And if he gets angry, something tells me Chris Hemsworth is a greedy shark. Something tells me, you can tell he's a cocky dude. Something tells me he might get angry. Now, Ivan, why is 0.1% such a big deal to you, Ivan? The amount, even if I make $50 million, you know what I'm saying? Even if I make $100 million, Ivan, it's pocket change, Ivan. Around you're making. Even if I make $70 million, Ivan. $70 million, Ivan, because he knows if it does like $150 million, he's gonna make like $70 million in royalties. He wants that money, obviously. I'm like, Chris, if you think I'm gonna let you do it like that, and have you take $80 million, $70 million of money, you're crazy. You're being too generous. I need to keep you around that $50, $40 million range. If the movie does more, I'm paying you less. You get 0.07. You'll still make your like $44 million in royalties. You sign your what? You sign your what? Your $90 million deal. Yeah. You're going to walk away with like $38, $37, $40 million in your bank after you're $40 million richer, man. I'm giving you a good deal. Oh, fuck, man. It's a deal. Yes. If you don't like my offer, Chris, you're more than welcome to work in Hollywood and be 30 you don't like my offer, man. I'm saying, same goes for Natalie Portman. If she gets greedy and she gets angry, like, Ivan, why is 0.1% such a big deal to you? You're going to make your tens of billions, like the amount of money you're paying us is peanuts. Like, Natalie, if you think I'm going to let you walk away with $7 of my money, you're crazy. I need to keep you around that $54 million range. If the movie does more, I'm reducing your royalty amount to 0.07. You're still going to make your $44 million in royalties. You're going to walk away with your $38, $37, $40 million in your bank. With your bonuses, salaries, and your royalty check, you're making like $40 million after taxes. It's a good paycheck, Natalie Portman. It's a good paycheck. You're tens of millions of dollars richer. I gave you a good deal. Money that you don't make in Hollywood. In Hollywood, you make your $8, $7, $10 million for your movies. And I gave you a deal of a lifetime, obviously. If you don't like my offer, guys, I'm gonna tell these actors, guys, if you don't like my offer, I can terminate the royalty deal. I can just pay you your flat salary, your bonus if you want. No, Ivan, it's fine. It's a deal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I put them on a pickle. You know what I'm saying, yeah, Ivan, it's a deal. You know what I'm saying, yeah. Same goes for Mark Wahlberg. If he gets greedy, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Mark, I'm paying you like $42 million, whatever it is, in royalties and salaries and bonuses, obviously. and I'll give you 0.1%. If the movie does more and you get 0.07%, you're still going to make your 40 some million dollars. You still sign your 80, like $85 million deal, Mark Wahlberg. You're going to walk away with your 35 plus million dollars in your bank after taxes. I'm giving you a good deal. $36 million in your bank after taxes. That's more than how much, that's double what you made for Transformers. Transformers, he only made 17 million. And I'm paying him, he's making what? Like double that, triple that for my movie. I'm giving him a good deal. Ivan, it's a deal. Yes, I'm giving you a good deal. Especially Will Smith and Dwayne Johnson. Those guys are sharks. Because those guys are so big, they're worth like their $300 plus million. Will Smith is a greedy shark, obviously. Guaranteed he'll get angry about the 0.3%. Okay, well, I'll pay you your what? Your $32 million salary, $20.9 million bonus, and I'll pay you your $10 million post-film bonus after the film is completed. And I'll give you 0.3% of the profits if the movie does $110 million or less. You'll make your $100 million, obviously. If the movie does more, you get 0.2, and you'll still make your $100 million. You see what I'm saying? 90, 80, $100 million you'll make. It's a good deal. Will Smith signed like his 160, 150, 140 million dollar deal. Money he does not make in Hollywood. You see what I'm saying? You're still going to walk away, Will, with your 70, 80 million dollars after taxes. You see what I'm saying? 70, it depends how much it does. If it does the high end 150 billion, which most likely will, you'll make your 80 million after taxes. But you might get mad. Ivan, why is 0.3% such a bit? Who cares if I walk away with an extra $50 million bucks? You know what I'm saying? Who cares, Ivan, if I walk away with $200 million, $180 million for the royalties? You know what I'm saying? The amount of money I'm making is peanuts, Ivan. I'm like, Will, if you think I'm going to let you walk away with $200 million of money, you're crazy. 150, 160, 170 million, you're crazy. I'm being too generous. I don't mind you walking away with 100, 108, but the moment you walk away with 150, 160, 170, 180 million dollars, you rip me off and I'm being too generous. You know what I'm saying? And you might get angry. I'm like, Will, if you're angry, you're more than welcome to work in Hollywood, me at 30 Savings, and me decide to hand you out my offer. All right, it's a deal. Yes, I'm paying you more money than what you make in Hollywood, Will. You make on average probably your 20 million, 25, 30 million dollars, $4 million dollars for your movies. And I'm paying you 63 million bucks with salary and bonuses. That's more than how much you make in Hollywood. And I'm giving you a nice piece of the pie. You're gonna make your like $100 million dollars in royalties, Will. 90, 80. If the movie does like 120, 130, Will Smith will make like 90, 88, $87 million. It's still a fat contract. You're still going to walk away with like $7 million after taxes. $7 million richer. It's a good deal, Will Smith. If you don't like my offer, you're more than welcome. I it's a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like either way, I'm still going to make money. Yeah, you're still going to make your like $189 million in royalties. You know what I'm saying? $95 million in royalties. Most likely $100 million he'll make, because guaranteed my movie will do probably 100, about 1.5 million people are going to buy a movie. He'll make his like 95, $100 million in royalties. Yeah, I'm giving him a good deal. Same goes for Dwayne Johnson. I'll pay Dwayne Johnson $26 million salary. I'm going to pay him less than Keanu Reeves because he's not worth as much Keanu Reeves. Pay him $26 million salary and $20 million bonus. That's $46 million. You give him $8 million post-filming bonus. Obviously, $8 million post-filming bonus, which is a good $54 million, and $1.5 million royalty check. That's $55.5. So you pay Dwayne his $55.5 million in salary and bonuses, obviously, and you give him 0.3% of the profits. If the movie does $110 million or less, the movie does more, you give him 0.2. He'll still make his 90, 80, $100 million in royalties. And Dwayne Johnson signed a what? Like a 130, 40, 50, $60 million deal. 150, 40, $30 million deal he signed. He'll walk away with his $70 plus million in his bank, 80 million in his bank, $75 million, $80 million in his bank he's walking away with. $78 million in his bank, whatever it is, he's walking away. That's a fat contract. That's how much he made for 1 year doing 3 movies combined. I believe Dwayne Johnson's highest year, Dwayne Johnson, I believe, made like $7 million in 1 year from all his like movies that he did in that 1 year. And yet that's how much he's making after taxes for one of my movies. Yeah, my company blows high out of the water. Yeah, man. But Dwayne Johnson might get mad because he's greedy. He's like, why are you making, his agent might get mad. Ivan, why are you making such a big deal out of 0.3%? You know what I'm saying? Like, you and Veach are going to make your tens of billions. Why are you making a big deal if Dwayne Johnson walks away with $150, $200 in the bank? Because I don't want these actors dupe me like that, man. There's nothing worse than you, like, yeah, I mean, Veach made all that money, but there's nothing worse than you, I don't know, like Will Smith and like Dwayne Johnson, they walk away with like $150, $200 of your money. You're being way too generous, man. I'm like, guys, if you were in my shoes, you would never even give me a piece of the royalties. Yeah, Ivan, you're right. Yeah, if you were in my shoes, you wouldn't even give me a piece of royalties. Yeah, I'm not taking the whole 70%. Yes. And I'm nice to give you a piece of my royalties. Hence what? I'm not going to let you do it like that, man. If the movie does more, you make less. You get your 0.2%. You're still going to make your 80, 90, $100 million in royalties, guys. You're going to make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? You're still going to make your 80 million. Even if you make your $80 million, you're still going to walk away with your $70 million in your bank plus 69, $70 in your bank after taxes and your agent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm giving you a good deal. If you don't like my offer, you're more than welcome to go back to Hall, be a dirty slave, being left behind. And Will Smith and Dwayne Johnson, it's a deal. You know what I'm saying? Last but not least, okay, I'm going to keep saying this. Talk about this relevant topic. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell, if Will Smith is chosen, or Chris Hemsworth, or Mark Wahlberg, Natalie Portman, or Dwayne Johnson, I'm going to tell all those actors, guys, please keep your contracts to yourself. Don't go bragging to the other small A's. Don't go bragging to Tom Hiddleston, Tom Holland, or Hayden Christensen if they're chosen that I'm paying you this kind of money. Otherwise, they can get envious. They can get pissed off because you're making way more than them. Especially Will Smith and Dwayne Johnson. I'm like, guys, please don't go bragging to the other actors. Keep your contract yourself. Don't worry, I won't tell them. I'm saying, yeah, you're happy. You sign your big contract. I'll take you out to a nice dinner. Obviously, you're gonna be my co-star for my my Him Valor movie. Don't go bragging to what? Don't go bragging to what? The small A's actors. You know what I'm saying? Natalie Portman, Chris Hemsworth, you know what I'm saying? And what? Don't go bragging to the small aces, otherwise they can get pissed off. As you guys are all going to make your like $40+ million over taxes. Whereas those other guys are not going to make the kind of money you're making. They're all going to make their what? They're all going to make their 6, 7, 8, 9 million, $10 million, $11, $12 million in royalties. The other actors, they're making a lot of money, but they're not making the millions that you're making. You're making your tens of millions. They're making their first digit millions. The small A's actors are walking away with the rich millions, but they're not the kind of money that the bigger ones are making. The small A's actors are all walking away with their 7, their 8, their 9, their 10, $11 million. They're walking away with $12 million. They're walking away with a lot of money. Obviously, you walk away with 7 million, 8 million after taxes. It's a fat check in the bank. It's a rich paycheck, obviously, but it's not the kind of money the bigger ones make. The bigger ones are walking away with. Chris Hemsworth is going to walk away with like $40 million in royalty. $40 million. Natalie Portman will walk away with like a $37 million. You see what I'm saying? Mark Wahlberg will walk away with like his $38 million. They're all walking away with their rich millions, obviously. And like guys like Will Smith and Dwayne Johnson are going to walk away with like $80 million after taxes and the rates. Yeah, they're walking with a lot of money. Guys, please keep your conscience to yourself. Don't worry, I won't brag. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, guys. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I'm not going to babysit you. You have freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want. I recommend you don't tell them, though. That way you keep them happy, obviously. Because they can get angry. You see what I'm saying? That way there's no workplace resentment that way there's no resentment in the workplace. And everyone works hard, obviously. You see what I'm saying? That's how top-notch my Sky Source company is. Anyways, this is it. Oh, Ivan, your reveal's so interesting. Sorry, guys. I'm only going to talk for 53 minutes here. I'm going to shut this camera off. I'm going to upload it, take my shower, go to the store, get my beer, my smokes. So, Ivan Mayer, I'm signing out. Peace.